from the United States of America, Nicky Rodriguez!
Combat sports are fueled more by unbelievable stories and compelling characters than anything else. Nothing excites fans more than a charismatic athlete with skills to match his personality. And the brightest star on the horizon right now is black belt slayer Nicky Rodriguez, who turned the BJJ world on its head in a few short years. With the looks of a supermodel, the strength of a super heavyweight, and the speed and flexibility of a lightweight, Nicky Rod has everything he needs to become the face of grappling, and he has already challenged the king for the throne. But before we get to the culmination, let's see how Nicky Rod took the jiu-jitsu world by storm and became the black belt slayer.
Oh, beautiful high crotch! Oh, the crowd are on their feet, and that's time!
Whoa!
Beautiful high crotch fireman carry.
I'm too big to go crazy, but I like to do leg entanglements with Mr. Ryan just because he's an expert there. But I do like choking French.
Nicky Rod was born in 1996 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and grew up in Clayton, New Jersey. He started wrestling in 6th grade and competed for Clayton High School, where he qualified for the state championships as a senior. He then went to Ferrum College in Virginia, wrestled for 1 year, and placed 4th at the East Regionals. But Nicky had other ambitions besides wrestling. He wanted to pursue a modeling career and signed with Wilhelmina Models, which is no surprise considering his looks. He quickly found success in his new career and briefly performed with the male revue show Chippendales. But Nicky couldn't just brush away his competitive instincts, and luckily, fate nudged him in the right direction. He was introduced to BJJ by a friend as a way to stay fit in 2018 and started training at South Jersey BJJ with Jay Rigalbuto. Rodriguez was a natural on the mats, and Rigalbuto immediately recognized the rough diamond in front of him. With just a few weeks of training, Rodriguez entered his first grappling tournament at the pro level and dominated with his physicality and athleticism. Rigalbuto convinced Nicky to enter the ADCC 2018 trials, which ultimately led Nicky and Rigalbuto to legendary coach John Danaher and the king of submission grappling, Gordon Ryan, at the Renzo Gracie Academy in Manhattan.
He's doing moves that you only see in the lightweight divisions at heavyweight. I think the heavyweights just literally had no idea what was happening. When they see a guy like cartwheeling over and doing Kimura rolls and stuff, it's like, this just never happens to me.
After getting the bronze medal at the 2018 trials, Nicky Rod shocked the grappling world by winning the ADCC West Coast trials in 2019 as a blue belt, earning his spot at the ADCC World Championships in Anaheim, California.
Number 2, Nick Rodriguez, representing Team Renzo Gracie and the Danaher Death Squad against...
There, Nicky became an overnight sensation. In the first round, he fought a titanic match against Muhammad Ali and won on points.
Nick Rodriguez, believe it or not, this man only really invested in his grappling career around about a year ago.
Yeah. I mean, to have
stopping him from entering.
Yeah, and to have that kind of judo ability is in on his underhooks.
Wow.
Who you get it?
Who do you give it to, Sean? Oh, takedown attempt.
Oh.
Almost gets the knees together. And Nicky's up.
Yeah,
look at that. Straight off the restart.
And I think that would have happened out of bounds anyway.
Oh, beautiful high crotch. Beautiful high crotch fireman carry. Now they say, Sean, like it in the last thing that the judges see in a fight. Defeats Muhammad Ali by decision in the opening round and is going to go through in the over 99 kilogram division. What a result.
Opponents did not become easier after this. And up next was Orlando Sanchez, who earned the gold in the heavyweight division in 2015. Nevertheless, the result was another hard-fought match and a victory for Nicky Rod. Next on the list was 7-time no-gi world champion in 2013 ADCC, absolute champion Cyborg Abro. In a much more technical match filled with crazy scrambles, the black belt slayer was born and advanced to the finals. The fairy tale finally ended with a points loss to Kenan Duarte, but there was no turning back. Nicky Rod was already a star. Nicky said this after his performance: "I'm here to prove that jiu-jitsu is not about belts or stripes or years of training. It's about hard work, dedication, and heart. I don't care who you are or what color your belt is. I'm here to fight you and beat you."
We're here with the Jiu-Jitsu Times, and we're here with Nick Rodriguez, who just beat Orlando Sanchez and is advancing once again in ADCC. So Nick, can you tell us how that match went?
Yeah, it was a fantastic match. Orlando came out here, ready to fight, and so did I. Fortunately, it went my way. I did my best to tire him out, soften him up before the second 5 minutes comes, and that's exactly how it went, man. I got him nice and tired. I attacked when I wanted to, how I wanted to, and it really did go my way in every way.
Awesome. So
After the event, Nicky moved in to train full-time with John Danaher and his Danaher Death Squad in New York. The killer team consisted of the biggest BJ stars: Gordon and Nicky Ryan, Craig Jones, and Oliver Taza, among others. But the team did not last very long. They first had to move to Puerto Rico because of the strict COVID restrictions in New York. The move led to a serious buildup of tension, and in 2021, Danaher announced the Dream Team was splitting. Later in the year, 3/4 of the team, including Nicky Rod, set up a new base in Austin, Texas, and created the B Team, while Danaher also moved to the same town to start the New Wave Jiu-Jitsu team. After many tribulations, it was finally time for a DCC 2022.
There is Nicky Rodriguez, one of our finalists in the over 99 kilogram division. Former teammate of Gordon Ryan, representing the B team out of Austin, Texas. Doesn't get much better than Bruce Buffer announcing you before you compete. Let's throw it down to the commentators on mat 2.
All right, we are live from the 2022 ADCC World Championship. Ricardo Amendolia joined by Mr. Sean Williams, and the voice of Flow Grappling, Mr. Chase Smith, is joining us for these special ADCC finals. Chase, how you feeling tonight?
This time, Nicky Rod had a lot more polished skills than last time out, having trained with the world's best for another 3 years. He showed his more measured approach in the first round against Damon Ramos, and used his signature body lock to advance in the score and win the match a clean 8-0.
Over Damon Ramos, and your winner, 8-0, B Team's Nick Rodriguez, and he is going to move on to face John Hansen.
No scorecards were needed for the second match as Nicky got the back of John Hansen and forced him to tap to a rear naked choke.
Hansen trying to fight that secondary one. He's going to have to watch that threat. Oh, Rodriguez is under. Rodriguez right hand is under.
He's going to take
a
run
at it right here. We have a similar situation here as the first fight. Oh, this is tight. Hansen is going to tap, and Nick Rodriguez moves on to day 2. B Team's Nick Rodriguez will move on to day 2 for the second time.
In the semifinals, the black belt Slayer managed to defeat Felipe Pena with a slight 3-0 on points and set up the grand final against former teammate turned foe Gordon Ryan. Unfortunately for Nicky Rod, Ryan was really unstoppable in 2022 and finished the match with a heel hook just a couple of minutes after it began.
Nick Rodriguez, and has become a three-time ADCC champion. Sorry, 3 different weight classes.
Wanting to wash off the sour taste of the loss, Rodriguez entered the Eddie Bravo Invitational just a month later in an attempt to win the open weight title of the prestigious organization. He completely dominated the show, imposing his solid takedown and guard passing skill set on his opponents. 4 fights in one evening is an impressive feat in itself. But Rodriguez had no problem crushing Ezekiel Zarita, Luke Griffith, Austin Baker, and Kyle Boehm to grab the absolute title.
I'm known for wrestling and taking it back and running shows. Right here, today I was just using different tactics, and ultimately it paid off.
Here he is, the new absolute champion here at EBI.
At the end of 2022, Nicky was scheduled to compete in the open weight tournament at the UFC Fight Pass Invitational 3 event.
I took it upon myself to challenge Gordon Ryan to a match because previously he was accusing me of doing steroids in the sport of jiu-jitsu, which is untrue. I've never taken gear, and I still continue to train and compete as a natural athlete. So upon winning in the finals of UFC 4 Fight Pass Invitational, I challenged Gordon Ryan to a 10-minute EBI overtime.
But just a day before the event, Vinny Magalhaes had to withdraw from his match against Gordon Ryan, and Nicky moved to the headline bout for the grudge match. Unlike their ADCC meeting, this match was much closer. Over the course of the 20-minute submission, only period, Ryan played from his back while Rodriguez employed a relatively cautious approach to avoid getting his leg caught again. The most notable moment came when they were in a 50-50 leg entanglement. And just when Ryan was looking like he would get the sub again, Rodriguez countered with a toe hold, which broke Gordon's foot. In the end, Ryan was again declared the victor by EBI overtime rules.
One of the strangest victories you'll ever see, but it still happens, and the king reigns supreme. Gordon Ryan able to get by Nicky.
A few months later, Nicky again stepped in as a last-minute replacement. But this time, he replaced Gordon Ryan, who was supposed to fight Felipe Pena at the main event of WNO. Rodriguez spent the majority of the time utilizing his body lock passing game to keep Pena flat. In several instances, Rodriguez nearly passed, and in the final 5 minutes of the bout, Rodriguez applied a nasty-looking footlock against Pena. But the judges appeared to favor Pena's counterattack game, and he was awarded the controversial win.
One more look at this omoplata, but that is gonna be it. What a match here tonight to conclude things at Who's Number One. We'll be back in a minute with our winner. Stay tuned.
And in June 2023, the UFC Fight Pass Invitational 4 put on the line $30,000 for an 8-man tournament in the absolute weight division. As predicted by many, Nicky Rod fulfilled the odds of being a favorite and won the tournament. He ground his way to the final with an overtime escape and an overtime submission win. Nicky won the grand prize by submitting Big Dan Manasoyo in the final match.
How do you feel about your performance of the night in general?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I was coming here looking for an entertaining few matches, and got it done.
Or 3 times your normal pass.
If you look at it, Gordon's a guy of statistics and numbers and things like that. So if you look at reality, I have a match against Gordon Ryan where I break his foot, and then he all of a sudden retires. How ironic.
It's a bit weird with him standing right.
With the speed of a cheetah, the strength of a gorilla, and the heart of a warrior, Nicky Rod is destined to sit on the throne of BJJ. The only question remaining is when. All that is left for us fans is the joy of watching the kings of the jungle battle for supremacy.